All right, guys, welcome back to Zano Football. Definitely appreciate the support. In this video, I believe I'm going to title this Using the Pirate Stunt into the Field. All right, so I tried to record this just now and I kind of went off of the rails in a different direction. So I want to make a different video for the subject that I was talking about just now, which is we'll get into the run fits, but I want to get right into some action and where I think using the pirate stunt is very good dealing with quarterbacks who are trying to break out of the pocket online. All right. So real quickly, the pirate stunt, it's not going to be in every formation. So if you're kind of confused when you get in a particular front, you're looking for a specific stunt and it's not in there, a lot of the times it has to deal with the alignment of the front. All right, sometimes you need a specific alignment or you can't have a specific alignment to run a particular front. Okay, but with the pirate stunt, essentially what we are getting, so I believe this is pirate left. All right, our outside guy is going to stunt over into this gap. He's going to stunt over into this gap. And we're trying to demand the attention of the tackle and the guard. And then this guy will be our looper. Okay, so that's why it is a three-man stunt. It involves three players. And this may be my favorite stunt in the game. I think I'm going to skip all of this because I want to get to the point of the video. And the real point of the video is to deal with some of these people who love to break, contain, and get out of the pocket. And this is where I love the pirate stunt in the game. All right. So what I mean by QB contain, when you select a stunt, more so the pirate stunt, okay, if you select quarterback contain after you have the stunt on the field, okay, they will take a different approach in how they rush the quarterback. All right. And it's really the contained players. So in the pirate stunt, these are your contained players. Okay. And it's obviously you see how it's a little bit different because I'm the one looping around and I'm the one responsible for being disciplined in containing the quarterback in the pocket. And when you add in the quarterback contain and select quarterback contain before the play starts, he will take more priority in keeping the quarterback in the pocket. And we're going to see some interesting interactions in some of the clips that I have in some of these games. All right, so why don't we get to some clips because I want to get to the passing aspect of this. All right, so in this game, my opponent, okay, what he was doing with the quarterback, obviously, you know, a guy who can run around, he was consistently trying to just break contain of the pocket. All right, so if you struggle with this, one way you can deal with this is to get in some of these stunts. I would say more so the pirate stunt. That's what I've been using, and then use quarterback contain. Now, what I like to do is I like to stunt to the field, right? So he's on the hash here. This is the hash. So this is the boundary side, and this is the field side. All right. So before I picked my play, I knew we were on the right hash. So when he picked this formation, I assumed this is palms. All right. So then I go to palms, and before I pick the play, you hold down, I believe it's square, and then you can scroll to the stunt that you want. Because I know you're on the right hash, I want the pirate stunt to go to the field. So then I'll pick pirate left. Okay, so that's how I do that. All right. I don't want it to where we're going like this. All right. I want the stunt or the looper to be containing off of the field. All right. And then I press quarterback contain, and I want you to watch some of these interactions. Happens here. He's going to try to break the pocket, and I used quarterback contain. And look at that. Yeah, nowhere to go. All right, so we'll go back. And I don't know if this is what was going on with this, because when you pick this stunt, remember, this guy is stunting inside. He wants to stunt inside. And this guy is going to be the looper. I'm starting to wonder if when he sees this action, this guy is stunting inside. Okay, the user sees, okay, I have a free path to break contain because no one's containing the pocket. All right. And little does he know, we have a guy looping outside and we have him at quarterback contained. So he has the quarterback keeping him in the pocket as a priority when we select that option. So he tries to run it out of there, and what do you know? He has nowhere to go there. So don't, I plan on getting into, where stunts can play around and fool with teams that are using like quarterback read stuff, RPOs, stunts. It adds an entire element of the game that we've been missing for a decade. All right. So again, I stunt into the field. Don't worry about the back end of the coverage. I was doing a number of different things. I believe this guy rolls to the right. So this is nickel wide. He rolls to the right. And, this is a situation that shows why I like going into the field for one. But if you try to roll out to the boundary, this guy doesn't have a lot of space to have to contain when he's by himself, right? And you'll see it here. I believe we get a sack here, and then maybe I'll just start rolling in some of these clips. So I guess he saw this defensive tackle vacating the area here, and he wanted to break contain for whatever reason the other way. And what do you know? He has nowhere to go, and we get a sack. And that's the fourth quarter there. So, yeah, he lost. All right. Pirate into the field. Again, I'm dealing with a guy who wants to break contain and run out of the pocket. And run out of the pocket. Let's see what happens here. And he tries to break again, right? Tries to break again, and he has nowhere to go. I mean, it's I hate, it's kind of annoying to see this. It kind of is what it is. But what you will get with a lot of guys online, guys, is, they just run, hey, just run everybody out, run out of the, out of the backfield, whatever, and look for an opening to run and then just take off with the quarterback. I can almost guarantee that that's probably what he was doing. So maybe when he saw the guy loop inside, okay, I can break contain and run out, and then our looper is containing the quarterback in the pocket. All right, so we'll move on here. Maybe we'll get to some more interesting stuff. Again, I'm pirate into the field. Okay, this is obviously Palms coverage. Okay, there's our guy going off. And he's trying to take off again, right? So this guy wanted to do that over and over again with no success. It's kind of cringe to seeing guys like, why are you running 4 verticals 8 yards away from the end zone? It's because he just wants to run guys out and just run with the quarterback. It's just kind of a little cringe, but it is what it is. Okay, a lot of times when I'm playing online, guys, I'm trying different things to see how it interacts in the game with different things. All right, so I've ran into how the pirate stunt plays very well against guys who just wants to break the pocket. Okay, now don't forget you can start adding in pressures with this. So I didn't get a pressure here, and now we're going to get into how, there are some plays where I just get a free rusher. All right, so I'm not rushing an extra defender at the quarterback. We still are running the pirate to the field, and look how he kind of wraps right into the tackle, in between the tackle and the guard, coming scot-free at the quarterback. He has nowhere to go. Okay, pirate into the field again. Maybe we could take a look at what I'm doing here. So I'm running hot quarters coverage. I'll go over to coverage here. So over here, we are playing boxed on the bunch. All right, so first deep inside, corners deep outside, underneath outside, inside underneath. We are boxing the bunch. And then over here, I had quarters called, but I turned this guy into a soft squat, and I'm going to user the safety, and I blitz the apex. Okay, so I'm playing hot quarters over here. And essentially how this plays out is this guy is a 2-1 read, and I'm going to read the 2 as well. I'm pretty much going to play cut on the 2. What that means is if this guy goes inside at all, or he takes a vertical pattern, all right, then I have to match that man man-to-man. All right. However, in a situation, why don't I go back to that? So let's say he takes an inside breaking route, whatever, goes vertical. All right, and I have all those routes. Well, the outside corner, who's also reading 2-1, when he sees this guy go inside or vertical, he knows that I have him. So then he will convert into man-to-man coverage on the number 1. All right, so where it changes is where this guy goes out. Okay, if he goes out, then me as the user, because I'm reading the number 2, I'm not going to take that route man-to-man. I then get my eyes on the number 1 and I take the vertical of the number 1. And the reason why I must do that is because he is a read 2 player when we put him in soft squat. And when 2 goes out, he's going to match that route and play that man-to-man. It's a way to trap different concepts like a bubble from the 2 or an out from the 2. All right, and it plays pretty well when you pair this with a blitz from the apex, because it gives the illusion that we're blitzing and you have inside leverage man and you think the space to the outside is open and then this guy can jump on that route. All right, so that's what I ran here. I don't remember the route combination here. We can pay attention to how this blitz inserts in with the pirate stunt. So it's kind of funky here because he should cross, and he's going to loop all the way around. So, you know, the blitz isn't clean here, but this was on the fly. So yeah, he crosses. We get our looper. Oh, he came scot-free. He came scot-free. So that was pretty clean. I played it correctly there. So read the 2, read the 2, read the 2. 2's inside. Cut it off. Cut it off. And I should know that this guy's going to take the 1. He does. I mean, this guy has no time whatsoever. One gripe I have with the game is the 3-rack plays just absolutely horrible, right? If you want to know why you get what feels like breakdowns in some coverages, I can almost guarantee some of the biggest issues is your 3-rack against box, your 3-rack in a lot of cases where he's supposed to cut someone crossing over and he just doesn't. Okay, so that's something that you got to keep in mind when you're running some of these coverages. All right, so now he's in empty, and I wonder if I'm running a hot coverage. I am, right? So I won't go over the coverage. It's the same thing, right? So it's a little bit different, and this is why I love split field coverages here, guys. Okay, you draw down the middle. Okay, we're running a coverage over here that has nothing to do with what's going on over here, right? Because we're running a 4/3 coverage over here, and we're running a 3/2 coverage over here, right? We like to think we have a +1 in the pass distribution on both sides of the field. All right, so over on this field, on this side, I believe I call palms. All right, he's a 3-2 read. He's a 3-2 read. This is your 3-rec, and then he's meg on this guy. This is how it works. This is the Saban version stubby. All right, and essentially we are both reading the 3. If 3 goes out, then I take them, and then you take the vertical of the number 2. However, if the 3 goes vertical, then you have 3 vertical, and then I turn into man-to-man on the number 2. All right. Now, obviously, you can see how we may have problems here, okay, because this guy is way outside leverage here, and this is where you need the 3-rec to wall off any inside throw from the 3 to allow the safety to climb over if he goes vertical. All right. Now, I'm doing the same thing as I discussed in the last play over here where we're running a trap coverage. All right, so what's my job? I'm reading the 2. All right, so we can see what happens here. And I'm running the pirate to the field. This time we don't get pressure. Okay, but look at what happens. Look at how the soft squat is playing outside leverage on a route breaking to the outside there. And I really wish we got a pick there. We can kind of look at that route. So 2 didn't go out. So then I convert into man-to-man on the 1. And he has that out levers outside. All right, maybe we'll get into some more stuff with the pirate stunt. Okay, so so this is a game where, okay, I was running hot coverage because I've been playing around with it. Okay. And this is where you kind of notice what your opponent is doing and then you check into something to deal with what they're doing. I think one of the most important things or aspects of your game that you must have to deal with specific problems is to recognize what they are trying to do as early as possible in the game. So if you can figure out what they are going to do in the game after one drive, okay, that's where you can be most effective. All right. And then on top of that, it's one thing to know what they are going to try to do, but it's a whole nother element to know how to slow down what they're doing. Okay. A lot of guys, okay, I know he's going to do this. I know he's going to attack with these concepts. That's good. But then you don't know what concepts to run or what coverages to run that is strong against what he's doing. All right. So let's pay attention and see what he does here. I didn't notice it yet. I just noticed, okay, one of the first plays in the game, he ran a rollout to the field. That's what's most important. Later on in the game, he did it again. Okay. And right here, this is when I was like, okay, I got a feeling he's going to roll out to the field as much as he can. He may not even know that that's what he does. Subconsciously, that's what he does. Okay. If he's on the hash, you're going to get a high likelihood of him running rollout plays to the field. So one way I like to deal with that is how about we run that pirate to the field with quarterback and tape. All right. So that's what I decided to start doing. So obviously we must be on the left hash because I picked right pirate 3-man. And he ran trips tight end flex. So I picked double bracket switch. Okay. And I haven't ran this in a while because I haven't ran into trips tight end flex and I'm already doing something wrong here. I'm supposed to user this guy. All right. So this was me being rusty, but we could just go ahead and run it. I believe he ran the ball here. Okay. So this looks like some type of inside zone. And look at how we broke the pocket with that stunt. I don't even think that was a linebacker. All right, here we go. He's on the left hash. Remember, he likes to roll into the field. So I knew we were on the left hash, so I picked right pirate, I would assume, because I want the pirate to go or the looper to go into the field. And I probably picked quarterback contain here. We could see how this plays out. And I think what I didn't do is press up on the pass coverage. All right, so this is where I learned it during this play. He's on the hash. So this is just an interception here. I ran a 3-3 coverage. So this is my first time running this coverage in the game. And I think he just got confused because of all the different coverages I was running. Someone hit his face here. He wanted to get rid of the ball. Had he have made the right read, he could have hit this guy. But he threw right in the window of our 3-rec there. And this is where we get a pick six. You can't beat scoring defensive touchdowns. All right, he's on the hash. Pirate into the field. So pirate right. See what he does. Okay, play action. So yeah. So I wanted to put these clips in here because I forgot to put pass commit in. When you don't put in pass commit, this is where they can kind of bite on that run fake. If I would have put pass commit, he would be smacking the quarterback right now, right? So that's why I put this in here. So if you want to deal with a quarterback contained player, I highly suggest that you use the pirate into the field and then use the pass commit, and you will work wonders on the defensive side of the ball. So he made a bad throw. So again, pirate into the field again. I think we get a free rush right into the quarterback. So this is where I started using pass commit. This is when it hit me. Oh, I got to use pass commit so they don't bite on these run fakes. And what do you know? You get a free path at the quarterback. And we'll just move on. Okay, again, pirate into the field. Quarterback contain, pass commit. And I think he breaks right across the face of this tackle and gets right into the quarterback's lap. So I believe that is it. I mean, not an exciting video, but a video nonetheless. Something I think you should utilize in your game. If you are dealing with guys who are just running the quarterback into the field, breaking contain into the field, I highly suggest that you start using these pirate stunts. You want to use the pirate into the field. So what I mean by that is if they are on the left hash, use right pirate. If they are aligned on the right hash, use left pirate, quarterback contain, pass commit. And that's where you will get some really good interactions, as I showed earlier in some of these Ravens games, where this guy was just trying to break contain and he had nowhere to go. All right, so I'll leave it at that. I hope you got something from this video, and I hope you keep coming back for more, man. Peace.